One sunny afternoon, little Laura and her younger brother Liam sat on a soft rug in their grandmother's living room. They loved listening to her stories, and today was no different. "Grandma, tell us a story," Laura said eagerly, pulling her little brother close. "Yes, tell us!" Liam clapped his tiny hands in excitement. Their grandmother smiled and sat down beside them. "All right, my dears, I will tell you a story about the first two brothers in the world. But first, let's start from the very beginning." She leaned in closer and began, "A long, long time ago, God created a beautiful garden called Eden. In this garden, He placed the first man and woman, Adam and Eve. They lived happily there with everything they needed. They had fresh fruit to eat, cool rivers to drink from, and all the animals as their friends. Best of all, God walked with them and talked with them. Everything was perfect." Laura's eyes widened. "That sounds amazing. I wish I could see it." "Well," Grandma continued, "God gave Adam and Eve only one rule. They could eat from any tree in the garden except one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But one day, a sneaky serpent tricked Eve into eating the forbidden fruit, and Adam ate it too." "Oh no," Liam gasped. Grandma nodded. "Because they disobeyed God, they had to leave the beautiful garden. Life became harder for them. They had to work hard for their food, and they faced pain and sadness for the first time. But even though they made a mistake, God still loved them very much, and soon God blessed them with two sons, Cain and Abel." Laura tilted her head. "What were they like, Grandma?" "Well," Grandma said with a smile, "let me tell you. Cain and Abel were brothers, but they were very different. Cain became a farmer who grew crops from the earth, while Abel became a shepherd who took care of sheep. Cain loved to dig in the soil and plant seeds, watching them grow into tall plants full of fruit and vegetables. Abel, on the other hand, loved his fluffy sheep, guiding them to green pastures and fresh water. One day, the brothers decided to bring gifts to God to show their love and thanks. Cain brought some of the fruits and grains he had grown, while Abel chose the very best sheep from his flock and offered it to God with a joyful heart. God looked with favor on Abel's gift because Abel gave his best with love and sincerity. But God was not pleased with Cain's offering because Cain did not give his best. Cain only brought some of his crops, not the finest or the first, and his heart was not truly thankful. This made Cain very upset and angry. His face turned dark with jealousy as he saw that God was pleased with Abel's gift but not with his. God saw Cain's anger and warned him, "Why are you so upset? If you do what is right, you will be accepted. But if you let sin take over your heart, it will lead you down a wrong path. Be careful." Instead of listening to God's warning, Cain let his jealousy grow like a storm inside him. One day, he invited Abel to go out into the field with him. While they were alone, Cain did something terrible. He hurt Abel and made him die. Later, God asked Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" Cain shrugged and answered, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But God knew what had happened. His voice was sad as he said, "Cain, what have you done? Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." Because of what he had done, Cain could no longer farm the land as before, and he had to wander the earth. Cain became very sad, knowing he had done something terrible. But even though Cain had done wrong, God still showed mercy. He put a special mark on Cain to protect him so that no one would harm him. Grandma paused and looked at Laura and Liam. "So, my dear ones, what do you think this story teaches us?" Laura thought for a moment. "That we should always give our best to God?" "Yes," Grandma said with a nod. "And also that we should love others and not let jealousy and anger take over our hearts." Liam's little face was serious. "God is watching over us?" Grandma smiled. "That's right. God is always watching over us. ready to guide us to do what is right if we listen to him. Laura hugged Liam. "I'll always take care of you." Liam giggled. "And I'll take care of you too." Grandma chuckled and patted their heads. "That's the spirit, my loves. Now, who wants some cookies?" Liam jumped up. "Me." As they ran to the kitchen, Laura looked back at Grandma. "Thank you for the story, Grandma. It was the best." Grandma smiled warmly. "You're welcome, my dear. The best stories are the ones that teach us how to love." Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out on our future content. And if you haven't seen our previous episodes in the Book of Genesis playlist, be sure to check it out. There's a link in the description. See you in the next video.